Check 1 2 1 2.
You good?
Welcome to the St. Stan Social Center on the campus of Cleveland Central Catholic High School in Slavic Village. It is the Eagles Sports Network on the air. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza. Glad to have you along here on the Eagles Sports Network. Well, St. Ned's coming into this game with an 11-0 mark after a win last night at VASJ, 87-60. The game at one point was a little bit tight. VASJ had cut down the lead to four, but a big three by Lavelle extended the lead, and the Eagles really never looked back.
Well, and that seems to be a trend lately. I mean, we seem to be jumping out pretty good leads, and not that we're letting them back in, but I think it's almost like some of these other teams are starting to figure something out, or they see something in our defense, or they're leaking out in transition to kind of cut the games close. So, but we do a good job finishing. So, hopefully we get out a big lead tonight and keep it there.
Well, for me, this is, as you know, this is one of my favorite places to come back to. This is my alma mater. Always good to come back here to the St. Stan Social Center. Back in my day, when there was a game here, this was, and at times, this is one of the hardest places to play in Northeast Ohio.
How many games have we called here where it was a packed house, it's loud, the excitement, you're not going to find a better environment around. I mean, there's some good gyms to play in. I love this gym only because, like you said, the environment, the sight lines on the hoops aren't the best. The backdrops behind the hoops are kind of weird. You know, the fans are passionate. Some of the most passionate fans I've ever seen. Prideful people, and they always have good teams here. So it's an exciting place to play. I'm waiting to see your name up in the rafters, retired here one of these days.
That'll never happen. I was a bench guy on the baseball team.
I've been writing letters.
But I will say this, our baseball team in 1983 is the last team to win a conference championship for baseball here at Central Catholic. And actually, the Dean of Men here at Central Catholic, John Crawford, he is the father of Sean Crawford, who went to St. Ed's.
He went to St. Ed's?
Yeah, Sean Crawford went to St. Ed's.
Oh, yeah, Sean, yeah, he played at Notre Dame.
Yeah, John is the Dean of Men here. He played with me. He's a graduate of 84. I'm a graduate of that's his dad. And he's still here.
Isn't that great how that all kind of ties together?
Yes, it does. And speaking of tie together, I think it's going to be a little time to talk with Coach Flannery to get his thoughts about today's game.
Big time.
Welcome to the pregame show. I'm here with big-time head coach Eric Flannery. Hi, Coach.
Hey, what's going on?
Second game of a three-game weekend. Last night you were at Villa Angela St. Joe's. Got a nice victory over there. But again, a pattern that I'm seeing. Team jumps out to a big lead. Your opponents start to kind of crawl back. Then you were able to get a nice shot. I believe it was Danny Lavelle hit a big three. They had cut the lead down to 4. Concerns on that? And to me, from what I saw, I was in Columbus, it looked a little sloppy and free throws were not very good last night.
Yeah, that's basketball, Adam. I mean, that's, we're not going to beat everybody by 90. Yeah, I mean, we got sloppy in the middle. I thought VASJ played some of the best basketball they've played all year. They got hot. I think they hit 3 threes in a row, and when you're making 3-pointers, you're going to stay in some games. Free throw shooting, last night was a concern. We had 53%, which isn't great, but I was just proud of our guys for, just the way we battled. It's on the road. We haven't been on the road in a while. We did jump out to an early lead. I thought our energy was really good. And then, we played 12 guys in the first half, and trying to get some guys some minutes that haven't played a lot. So there's a little bit of that, and guys being a little bit uncomfortable. Cam Grant wasn't there. He was sick, and without Kesey now being injured, and Max McClellan was out being sick. We had some funky lineups in there, to say the least, but that's good. That's what I want. I mean, I think it's a challenge. It's something that we like to make our guys uncomfortable. Certain guys were playing out of position last night at times. And I really thought we got some big minutes from, Ricky Bussey came off in the second half and played extremely well. Taven Shaw in the fourth quarter played extremely well, played hard. Joey Scarpetti hit a couple threes late in the game to kind of pull away. So it's just good to see other guys stepping up when they're given an opportunity, and I thought we did that last night.
And then when you had Sullivan coming in with the tying and scoring honors with 14, 3 guys with 14 points, 2 starters, 1 coming off the bench. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and again, just the fact that we have 3 games in a weekend and guys being sick and the injuries kind of building up right now, we're at that mid-season point where I think guys are, a little banged up, and we're trying to stay healthy. We're trying to make sure that we're finding the best rotations, and let's not, we're 11-0, we're undefeated, and that's something that I think the kids talk about and they're excited about, but it's also something that I'm going to try to make it as difficult for them to continue that as possible. But I think our schedule is going to allow that anyways. With Central tonight, Garfield tomorrow. If we survive this weekend undefeated, it's a heck of an accomplishment. And we got to travel to St. V's, we got to travel to Ignatius, we got Richmond Heights still on the schedule, traveling to Brecksville. So there really is no let up. So when I have the opportunity to play other guys and give them minutes, I'm going to do my best to take advantage of that.
As you look at this weekend, and you've got yesterday, today, and tomorrow, what is the mindset that you're telling the kids on how to mentally and physically prepare for this weekend?
It's all, the message really is all about being uncomfortable and trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Just putting guys in positions where, like, we're not used to, we had so many games at home, we're not practicing as much as we used to, at the early, we had a long stretch of that. I'm just curious how they react to, the environment last night at VASJ, the House of Blue Lights, coming here to Central. We haven't really played our best basketball when we come here and play. And then traveling on a neutral floor against a great basketball team tomorrow in Garfield Heights. So it's more just about our team's focus. It's just more about how they handle changes and adversity. And again, when we have a few guys that are out, our bench got pretty short last night. When you look there and say, like, Max McClellan, Kesey, who plays the 4, and Cam all play 4-5 for us. We didn't have too many subs at that position. So now you're playing Grady Lenz-Pfeiffer at the 5, you're playing Quincy Shields at the 5, So just giving those guys an opportunity to step in and play those spots, I think, was good, but it also gives me an opportunity to evaluate them and see how we do in those uncomfortable situations.
And that's the thing you've talked about. How much more can you be uncomfortable and still get the positive results? And again, game gets tight, an uncomfortable situation, and they're able to respond.
Yeah, and it's never, ever, ever my intention of losing a game. It's always like trying to find different ways to win. That's what tournament basketball is all about. You come in against, maybe you have some officials that aren't calling, or calling the game a little bit different. Maybe you're not shooting the ball really well. Maybe you're just playing against a hot player. All of those things. So you can't simulate that stuff in practice. So to be able to get those opportunities in games, sometimes we try to simulate that a little bit ourselves by creating some different lineups and things like that. But again, I think mostly being able to get some guys into games that haven't had a lot of opportunity is really a good time of the year to do that.
When you talk about uncomfortable, going back to that Spire game, you guys saw zone defense, which really you haven't seen. And how do you feel that the guys did with that zone defense?
I mean, I thought we did really well. I mean, Spire was, I hate to say it, we made them not look so good at times, and they are an extremely talented team. And talking to people after the game, they're like, oh, Spire was okay. And like, well, no, I think we played pretty well. And the way we attacked the zone, obviously, whenever you play against the zone, making shots helps a lot. But more importantly, you sometimes get stagnant, ball movement doesn't start moving, bodies start standing around. And I thought we did a pretty good job of at least keeping that inside-out action, keeping bodies moving, ball moving. We got stagnant a little bit, and Spire ended up making a run. And once again, just a good point for me to say, hey, when we play this way, we're not very good. But when we move the ball, move our bodies, get that energy going, we're pretty good.
And you really negated their length at times. You guys really crashed the board. You've been crashing the boards against bigger teams.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, it's been a point of emphasis for us. I mean, we got a little more size than we had last year, and so we're not a small team by any stretch, but it is definitely an area of focus that trying to hold teams to one shot, but offensively trying to get putbacks and making extra possessions, and I think it's another category that we're doing pretty well.
Coach, we're back at my home gym. Always nice to come back, and the sightlines very different, difficult place. You've talked about it. I like coming back home to my alma mater, and with that, let's take a look at our starting lineups for today.
Well, first of all, I don't see her jersey anywhere hanging in the rafters. I'm very disappointed, and I'm going to talk to somebody tonight about that.
There will not be any jersey hanging up. No.
Well, tonight we're starting junior Joey Scarpetti at the point, junior Brian Sullivan at the 2, junior Ricky Bussey at the 3, senior Quincy Shields at the 4, and senior Ryan Hargett at the 5.
Coach, good luck in tonight's game.
Thank you, Adam.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game. Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
and sister Allison Marie, principal of Cleveland Central Catholic High Your spirit of wisdom and strength fills our lives and teaches us your ways. Look upon these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their hard work. Let them enjoy these contests and take delight in food discoveries of body and mind. Look kindly also upon these officials and coaches. Let them strive to share their knowledge with gentle patience and to always be role models in your image. Finally, grant that the parents and fans may always teach our students by their words and example the true value of athletic competition with which all who participate are rewarded. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Player introductions are concluded as the starting lineup for St. Ed's a little bit different. Donnie, it'll be Joey Scarpetti, Ricky Bussey, Ryan Hargett, Brian Sullivan, and Quincy Shields. Not one regular starter of the regular season in. Coach Flannery wanting to make things uncomfortable.
Exactly. Where they're Mike, yeah, there you go. So what
Wrong
Coach,
channel.
It's all right. Flan likes to do this just to get guys, keep them ready, keep them motivated. You never know when your number's going to get called. So this will be a great opportunity for some of these guys to showcase their talent.
Well, Central Catholic will get the basketball first after winning the tip-off. They're in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers and letters trimmed in red. Eagles in their road green. There's a shot that is missed. Scarpetti coming up with the rebound. He'll push the floor off to Hargett, down to right side as they get it to Scarpetti from three.
Boom.
Got it.
Scarpies.
He had 2 threes last night as the Eagles jump out to a 3-0 lead. A little earlier start. The JV game went into a running clock as the Eagles were easily able to defeat the Ironmen in the JV contest. There's a big three that is hit by number 2. That's Arnell Edmonds.
Central Catholic full court pressure.
Now on the side, there's another triple try. That's off the mark. Bussey coming up with the rebound. Off to Hargett in the lane. Back out to Scarpetti. 7 minutes remaining in the opening quarter here at the St. Stan's Social Center. With the basketball is Quincy Shields. He'll drive. Hargett trying to get it to go back up. Knox comes up with the rebound for the Ironmen. Here they go, right to left. Here on their home floor.
St. Ed's man-to-man. Good ball pressure by Scarps.
Edmonds with it way out on top. Bussey on him in the paint, throwing it up with the right hand. Doesn't go. Hargett comes up with the rebound. Hargett averaging a rebound a contest. Bussey had a good game last night. Coming off the bench. Scarpetti on that baseline, moving it in, back out. Bussey, 3-ball, yes.
Second 3 of the night for St. Ed's.
6-3, St. Ed's. St. Ed's 88 of 113, or 70 of 202 from beyond the arc, 35% on the year. Up 6-3, down underneath on the low block. That shot does not go for the Ironmen, and we'll have a foul in the backcourt. It'll be on Justin Sims.
Yeah, I think Flan likes the tempo here, Adam. What happens is we get a ball, we shoot in transition. Central Catholic's going to try and push the ball too, so if we can get the game going up and down, it's going to be definitely to our advantage.
6:01 remaining. Eagles will face full court pressure. It'll be Bussey inbounding the ball. Eagles averaging 73 points a game. They're giving up 56.3. Down the floor, Scarpetti at the three-point arc to Bussey, fakes it, goes in, back to Hargett on that low block, working it in the paint.
Nice move.
Nice left-handed move. Baby J.
Nice move. Here's a kid who knows how to use the size in his body to create space to get that little baby hook.
8-3, St. Ed's with a 5-point lead. 5:41 to go here in the opening quarter as they put pressure down on the floor. Ironman on the drive as they work it out.
D.
Knox brings it out along the three-point arc. Sullivan on him. There's a shot, doesn't go. Put back is up and in by Josiah Knox, his first 2. 8-5, St. Ed's with the lead. Shields to the right side. Sullivan looking to drive, right side, Euro step. Couldn't get it. Didn't get it high enough off the block. And here come the Ironmen right to left.
Okay, that's one of those things with when you play tempo, you're not going to have side-top-side reversals. You take the first shot that's available to you.
Hurt throws it out of bounds, and that hurt Central Catholic as it's a turnover.
Yep. They're so quick.
When you look at this Central Catholic team,
not a lot of height.
Not a lot of height that they normally have, but they are very, very quick. Down the floor to Quincy Shields to Hargett, but they came back quickly on the defensive side.
Good hustle.
Shields with the hustle, off to Sullivan, left of the lane, and he lays it in.
See where that started? Shields could have easily given up on that possession, but he hustled his butt down the court to dive to knock the ball loose, and as a result, we get an and one. Great, great play by Shields.
The foul is on Justin Sims. That's his second foul of the game, and that'll send the Eagles to the free throw line. Sullivan on the year, a 75% free throw shooter. Sullivan to the free throw line to our right as we are on the stage here at the St. Stan's Social Center. Missing on the front end. Ironman now facing full court pressure as they quickly bring up the floor. Edmonds stopping just before the arc, now in between the circles on Bussey with him. Pass to that right side, turnover. Ball knocked out of bounds by Justin Sims. Eagles hitting a couple of threes early on. Checking into the ball game is Andre McCullough. 4:37 to go in the opening quarter here. Eagles with the basketball going left to right. Scarpetti brings it up with pressure from Kalen Hurt. On the right side to Sullivan. He's really done well, Donnie, coming off the bench. Zip pass, Scarpetti, three ball. No, that rimmed out. Good rebound by Hargett as he puts it up and in.
Boy, nice shot by Scarps, and Hargett's there just to finish it off. He's so lanky and long, was able to get to the hoop.
12-5 St. Ed's. Hargett with 4 points in the game for the Eagles. Sullivan putting pressure in the backcourt, but they break that one. Hurt stepping inside, down baseline low. Shot doesn't go. Tap up doesn't go for the Eagles. Bussey comes up with it. He'll race the floor, and he got his pocket picked. Anthony Wimberly driving, putting it up off the layup.
Great take by that young man.
12-7 with the lead. Eagles turning the ball over. Ironman with it. Wimberly up top over to Hurt. Hurt trying to work it in. Scarpetti on him. Right in your living room. There's a three. That one is a big three by Arnell Edmonds. He has 6. His second three of the game, and the lead is cut down to 12-10.
Yeah, you don't want to get this team going, this Central Catholic team.
Faking the three as Bussey driving the
Good
lane,
take.
kissing it off the window and in. Bussey with 5. 14-10, St. Ed's. 3:08 to go. Eagles on the second day of a 3 in 3 days. Oh, what a block by Hargett.
Hargett playing really well tonight.
Scarpetti in the face of Hurt trying to get that pick, but stays with them, picks the ball, and
that should be St. Ed's ball. My opinion, which means nothing.
Sullivan having to go out. I think he got a jab in the eye or something.
He took a hit last time down.
Now in the forecourt and an over and back. Good pressure by the big man, Ryan Hargett on Anthony Wimberly. Another turnover for the Ironmen.
Coach from Central Catholic complained about a bump, but when he played, he was bumping all night long. All night long. Now he's selling it.
14-10. St. Ed's with the basketball as Kulat's in. Bussey underneath. Shields, high arching shot is good. Quincy Shields picking up his first 2. 16-10, 6-point lead. Quickly down the floor is Edmonds. And the foul on the block is number 25. That is Angelo Kulatz.
Yes, Central Catholic's doing a great job attacking the glass. And what happens is they're so quick, we get on our heels, then we're forced to grab them, and he gets off a shot, so we don't want to give up any and ones. That's you? You got to send me that picture. How awesome is that?
You got to let people know what's going on.
Yeah, Adam's showing me his yearbook pictures.
That was before I came to Central Catholic with the big hair.
That's when short shorts were still in style, obviously.
That's 1979, buddy. 16-11 as the free throw is up and good by Arnell Edmonds.
They had wooden hoops back then, right?
Yes. 16-12 as Edmonds picking up his 8th. That made your day today, huh?
That did make my day.
All right, Eagles with the lead. Now getting it into Hargett, being forced out into the corner.
See what's going on here, Adam. Central Catholic's pressure is really turned up, so we have to do a great job of just taking care of the ball and not, don't panic and make good shot fakes and pump fakes and ball fakes.
Kulatz with the basketball. Nice pass. I thought he was trying to get that in. Saved by Grady Lentz Pfeiffer and another turnover. Eagles averaging 15 turnovers a game. Floater short by the Ironmen.
Rip it.
And the pickup by the Eagles. Bussey driving, stopping, 5-footer, good. So Bussey now with 7 first quarter points.
Looks like Sullivan's okay.
There's another floater bouncing around the rim, no good. And the pickup, it was Grady Lenz-Pfeiffer, but then picked up by Tay Shaw. Oh, what a nice move by Bussey as he drives the lane.
Tough as nails. Timeout, Central Catholic.
9 points for Bussey. 20-12. St. Ed's with the lead. Bussey leading the game with 9 points in the contest.
Hey, real quick, Joe Wallison, who's listening tonight, he tore his Achilles on December 10th, so he's been watching the games, and he told me, he goes, "You're my only source of information." I said, well, you need to aim higher. Listen to Adam, not me. So, hey, Joe, take it easy on that Achilles, and we'll see you at a game hopefully before the end of the year. But everyone offer a prayer up to Joe that Achilles heals real quick.
Well, the Eagles last night in their win against Villa Angela St. Joe's had 4 players in double figures. Lavelle, Coleman, and Sullivan each had 14 points. Bussey, off the bench, had 13 points. So when you look at it for the bench points for the Eagles last night, they had 44 bench points.
Yeah, and that's what Flan likes to see. Likes to see well balanced. I mean, on the surface, it doesn't maybe mean much, but at the end of the day, when we're going to play the schedule we're coming in, to have everyone contribute and on the same line is very important to Coach Flannery.
1:20 to go in the opening quarter as Hurt brings it up. He'll lay it off. Edmonds over to Wemberly. Grady Lenz-Pfeiffer trying to fight through that pick. There's a shot, no good. Kulatz comes up with the rebound. That's Angelo.
And that's what good pressure does, makes you take bad shots, and that was probably the best shot from Central Catholic.
Now
Block.
the drive,
No.
and they're going to call the charge on Kulatz, his second.
You know,
what we see him, he gets in very aggressive and gets fouled. He picks up quick fouls.
Yeah, he had, 4 1/4?
Yeah. So Ricky Bussey checking out, and what a first quarter for him. 9 points in the first quarter.
And how about the things behind the scenes, the hustle, the tip balls, the deflections, the good coverage on defense he does. Always head in the game. Always has good head in the game.
59 seconds remaining. It'll be Tafari Williams bringing it up with pressure from Tay Shaw. Trying to bring it in. There's a double team up top. Working it to Wemberly. Going in. Oh, it looked like it was going to go off the front of the rim, but he picks it up.
We may have gotten away with one on the bump, too.
Oh, there's a travel. Tay Shaw packed his bags, and he went and did a little walking. He was a traveling man that time. 38.6 seconds remaining. Down the floor, Wemberly driving the lane. Nice. Oh, that thing went almost in and finally came out. Eagles almost turn it over. Kulatz twins. Angelo, 3!
Boom.
23-14. The Kulatz brothers coming out.
Love them.
Wemberly has to go back. Oh, could have been an over and back.
That was tipped.
10-second call, another turnover. Eagles have been doing that very well this year, causing turnovers, especially in that backcourt, Donnie.
Flan usually talks about getting a 5-second call or 1 10-second call game. If you're doing that, you know you're playing well. And the good thing is about the guys on the bench sitting right in front of us, you can see how active they are. And even the starters who typically start, they're cheering these guys on, and they're doing a great job.
Tay Shaw with a basketball. 5 seconds remaining. Shaw with 3, driving the lane with 2. Kulatz with under a second.
Boom.
Yes, he hits it. Kulatz with his second 3 of the game, and the Eagles go up 26-14 to end quarter number 1.
Great effort by the guys on the court there. Everyone contributed exactly what Coach Flan wants to see. Everyone who played in there had an active part in building this lead. It was a 12-point lead.
Well, let's take this time out on the Eagles Sports Network.
For every just one more mile to your next ace on the court, When you have a sports-related injury, Cleveland Clinic is here for them all. For our Cavaliers, our Guardians, and athletes at all levels. Our team helps keep you in the game. As the best orthopedic care in Ohio, we offer expert diagnosis, personalized sports therapies, and game-changing surgeries. For every injury, for every athlete, for every care in the world. Schedule your care today.
(26-14) at the end of one.
I could have done the Joyce ad if you wanted. Drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors do.
We'll get to that, don't you worry.
I get nervous. I got to report to Mike.
Is that what it is? And today's game is being brought to you by Joyce Buick GMC.
Great guys, great bunch of guys.
Official auto dealer of St. Edward High School. All right, we get set for second quarter of play.
Oh, starters are in. Cam Grant, good look.
Cam Grant getting his first 2 points. Eagles leading it 28-14 as they double up the Ironmen. Wimberly driving, there's a tap out. So on the floor for the Eagles is Perusik, Cam Grant, Sullivan, and a triple try by Andre McCullough for his first three. 28-17. That three doesn't go for Wendell Henry. So Danny Lavelle, Perusik, Cam Grant, Henry, and Sullivan out on the floor. Or I'm sorry, Brevin Coleman out on the floor for the Eagles. That floater off the window, no good, and we're going to have a blocking foul on St. Ed's, and the foul is going to be on Wendell Henry, his first. Good to see Cam Grant out on the floor tonight.
Absolutely awesome. I talked to his dad before the game, and he was telling me that he seemed to be okay. I asked him if he was feeling good or if he was sick. He said, no, he seems good.
7:03 to go here in the second quarter. At the line is Anthony Wimberly looking for his 5th point of the game, and he does.
Did you see the way he just bounced off?
Yep.
Holy smokes. He like ricocheted off him.
28-18 our score. Second free throw for Wimberly. Rattles it in. 28-19 St. Ed's. Perusik getting the ball again. Cam Grant, baseline move, kicking it out. Coleman, too short of a pass. Couldn't get that quick step in there to get a good attempt. But Cam Grant from the right side, too hard. Nobody there to follow. Wimberly with the long rebound for the Ironmen. Ironmen in their home white here.
They're good. They're doing a good job too, Adam, of slowing the pace down a little bit, making it a possession game.
Kicking it into the corner as McCullough. That one way off the mark, and we get a good view.
Yeah, that wasn't even
shots.
close, right?
Now another turnover by the Eagles as Lavelle couldn't handle it up to Wimberly. Wimberly getting the easy rebound and the easy basket for his 8th of the game. 28-21. Here we go again, Donnie. Perusik in as the starting team did not get out there. Oh, beautiful pass. Cross court, out on top.
Can't shoot it.
Cam Grant in the lane, stops off to Wendell Henry. Nice cut underneath. Couldn't get a clean pass. Perusik's three, no, doesn't go. Big rebound by the Ironmen as they look to cut the lead down with 5:54 to go here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, we're cold as ice right now.
Williams, in and out. Wendell Henry coming up with the rebound. Running it up the floor behind the back, dribble for the big man. Coleman's shot doesn't go. Cam Grant rebound. Cam Grant with the foul. The 6'7" senior committing to Stanford gets called with the foul. Also tonight's game is brought to you by Todd Associates and Chula.
I think Cam got set up on that call, but
28-21. St. Ed's with the lead. Central Catholic needing it. Full court pressure. 2-on-1. Driving it in underneath. Got a tie for the basketball. Loose. Grant picking it up. Quick outlet over to Wendell Henry. Henry could have been called for a walk. Gets it off to Coleman.
Oh, shoot it. Shoot. Now he traveled. Shoot it.
A little bit of hesitation by the Eagles and another turnover.
Wide open.
5:23 to go here in the first half. Eagles up 28-21. Tafari Williams bringing it up with pressure by Lucas Perusik. Working it to that far right side. Lavelle trying to cut off the lane. Very aggressive offense by Central Catholic. And the Eagles will get called with the push. That'll be Coleman, his first foul of the ball game. And for the Eagles, that's their 5th team foul.
Yeah. I don't think we scored this quarter. No, we scored two, right?
2. But we've been outscored 7-2, now 9-2. And there's another turnover. Armel Edmonds picking up his 10th point of the game. Lead is cut down to 5, 28-23. Eagles not shooting very well from beyond the arc.
Might have to put that squad that started the game back in.
Ball on the outside. Williams. Eagles, Donnie, we've been here many, many times over the years. This is a tough place to play for St. Ed's.
Oh, it is for some reason. Well, it's I always say it's the sight lines on the hoop. I think it's the environment. It's a short court.
Brevin Coleman going coast to coast and got hammered on the way to the basket. He'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, everything. We're right. I mean, everything. We're on top of the game. The players are right on top of the game. The fans. So it's a quaint environment, and it's tough to play. It's tough to feel. You feel like you're kind of compressed a little bit.
This, in old school terms, would be called the bandbox.
The bandbox. That's exactly right.
And not a negative thing. This is a tough.
No.
This is a tough place to play.
Listen, this is why high school sports are so great, because you get gyms like this. Everything doesn't have to be an arena. You love the smaller courts. The quaint atmosphere. I love playing on the road. I think you're a little bit more focused playing on the road. Good environment to be in.
And when you look at it, the players looking at that back wall, the wood slats, not an easy thing to try to keep the focus on.
No, there's a lot going on. The scoreboard's up to the right, which is bright. I mean, there's a lot going on.
30-23 our scores. Coleman coming in. There's a block. Cam Grant picking up the loose ball. Last touch by Central Catholic, and it'll be St. Ed's basketball. Not much has changed here at the St. Stan's Social Center.
Just the faces and the names.
Yep. Cam Grant up top in the lane.
Good move.
Oh, he got fouled. Now, Donnie, I am going to show my age. I am a class of 1983 here at Central Catholic. We'll be celebrating our 40th reunion this year.
Wow, I'm 40 years old.
Cam Grant at the line missed it. A free throw. He couldn't even believe what you said.
I'm sure the emails are going to start pouring in now.
Cam Grant averaging 10 points a game. He has 2. No, Eagles struggled at the line last night.
They're struggling again tonight.
Coach Flannery said they were only at 53%. Heavy pass rush.
Get them off.
And the foul on number 1, Kalen Hurt, his first.
And the Central Catholic's credit, they're pressuring the ball, and we're having a hard time the second quarter adjusting to that.
Perusik in the lane. He'll back it off. Quick pass over to Cam Grant. Top of the arc, doesn't go. Big rebound by
Huge
Wendell
rebound
Henry. And one. Wendell Henry for his first 2. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
Cam, and that's exactly the best 1-2 punch, because you got Cam who can shoot the 3, and Wendell can shoot it too, but he's sitting down there and he jumped above everyone, grabbed it and put it in.
Henry, a 61% free throw shooter, and the Eagles just struggling all night long, but they get the offensive rebound, and it's going to stay with St. Ed's. 3:50 to go in the first half. St. Ed's up 32-23. Lavelle got hammered a little bit late on the 2 to the whistle, but he'll go to the line for 2. Danny Lavelle had 14 points last night, averaging 10 a game. Nothing tonight, 40% free throw shooter.
Kansas City Chiefs beat Jacksonville 27-20 to advance to the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
5th consecutive.
Closer game than I thought. And Danny Lavelle hits the free throw. 33-23, the lead is back to 10. Leading scorer for the Eagles is Ricky Bussey with 9 in the first quarter, as he came out as a starter. Danny Lavelle on the second free throw attempt. Swish. Danny Lavelle with 2. 34-23, Eagles putting
Good
on
pressure.
full court pressure. Ironman break it, looking to go underneath on the pass to Grice, and Grice will get the basket. 34-25 with 3:30 to go. Perusic looking for the high screen, avoiding the double team is Perusic. Cam Grant to the low block. Wendell Henry fighting, putting it up, no. Cam Grant coming up with the loose ball, but then on the floor, picked up by Central Catholic. Wemberly driving, got the ball knocked away from him, and we'll have a foul on Brevin Coleman, his second.
Yeah, he got him. Usually, I'll stick over him, but he got him there.
3:13 to go. The ball will be on the inbound to the far side away from us. Arnell Edmonds with 10 points, triggering the inbound. On the outside, Edmonds driving, putting up the baby J, and he gets that one to go.
That's a tough shot, Adam.
12 points for him, 34-27. Ironman still in this game. Perusic has to better handle the basketball. There's Henry in the low block, getting double teamed and mugged underneath. He's looking at Kalen Hurt and saying, really, dude?
He would use him for a toothpick.
Kalen and I, if we're looking at each other, we're going to look eye to eye.
Yeah, no.
Another pass on the interior goes away as the Eagles lose it. Edmonds driving.
Killed him. Ooh.
Brevin Coleman, another foul. That's 3 on him.
I thought he was there.
All 3 of his fouls in the second quarter. That'll bring up Joey Scarpetti off the bench and Brian Sullivan.
Good to see Sully going back in.
As Coach Flannery putting some of the original starters in. That's Scarpetti, Sullivan, Bussey, and Hargett. And it's good to see Coach Flannery up close here. We normally are way away from him, as the free throw is hit by Arnell Edmonds, who has 13 points.
I told him we're going to mic him up for a game.
We don't have the delay machine.
The 5-second dump, we don't have it?
No, we do not have it. We get a lot of toys, but we don't have the 5-second dump. 34-28.
I've never heard Coach Flannery swear.
.239 to go. Scarpetti, 3-ball. No, that one's short on the side of the rim. Scarpetti hit a 3 earlier in the ball game in the first quarter. Eagles up 34-29. Nice move being made by Knox underneath on the dish by Romeo Grace, his 4th point of the game.
Look at that, it's a 3-point game.
Just like last night, where the opponents got to within 4 after the Eagles had a big lead in the ball game. Now they're going to face some adversity as the Eagles are only up by 3, 34-31. Sullivan in the lane, kicking it out. Bussey driving, 10-footer, in and out, no good.
Stays here.
We're going to have a push on the Ironman.
So, Adam, one of the things you talk about, and I'm sure they'll talk about at halftime, the staff will, is if we're going tempo, we're taking our first best shot. But tempo doesn't seem to be working for us, so you wonder if we're going to, the second half, come out and kind of work for that better shot. Maybe a little bit more side, top side, maybe some back screen action, some flex cuts, working the game a little bit and getting out of that. I don't know what Coach will do. We'll find out.
Hargett at the line. Uses the window and in. He called backboard.
He called it. He did.
Hargett with 5, 35-31. Let's see if he calls backboard again. Nope. Swisheroo for Hargett, 6, 36-31. Eagles only scoring 10 points in this quarter. Getting outscored 21-10.
They didn't call that.
Foul in the backcourt. And the foul is going to be on Scarpetti. And that's going to send Central Catholic to the line, as that's the 8th foul. At the free throw line is Kalen Hurt, looking for his first points of the game.
My good friend Mike Clark made that, and Eric wasn't happy with that. Fellow Lakewoodite.
Off the back of the rebound, Max McClellan into the game. Scarpetti got tripped up by Anthony Wemberly, who'll pick up his second foul of the game. Good to see Max McClellan. He's been dealing with an ankle injury for the most of this season, but good to see him. And we saw him in that game at Lakewood where he had a double-double in that contest. Yeah. Scarpetti, bingo.
Ankle injuries are like the family member that won't leave the house. You have them over for dinner, it's like 2 in the morning, you're hoping they go home and they just won't leave.
1:52 to go.
None of my siblings, I love my brothers and sister.
Scarpetti with 5 in the game. He had 8 last night, 38-31. Eagles extend the lead by 7 with 1:45 to go in quarter number 2 here from the St. Stan's Social Center. Wimberley out on top, looking to go in against Sullivan, driving in the lane, stopping at the free throw line. Finally dumping it off. Sullivan doing a really good job cutting off that baseline move of Knox. Wimberley floating it up from 14, way short, picked up by Knox and knocked out of bounds.
You know, if Central Catholic hit half of their floaters, they're winning this game right now. So they're getting to the hole, they're getting to the lane. We got to do a better job of shutting them off. Wimberley
on the outside wing, spinning his way to the low block, kicking it back over to Edmonds. Edmonds spinning in, stopping, 15-footer, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Wimberley. He'll throw it up, no good. Rebounded by McClellan, got mugged in the backcourt.
That's where you have the conversation with Mr. McClellan. You pull him over and you say, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this one time and one time only. Grab the ball, snag it, and hold on to it for dear life. You got it, because those pesky guards come and they slap it up. All it's going to take is him to ball shift it, and that kid won't come near him again. I'm not hitting the player or anything like that, but grab it like it's your own, because if not, this is the kind of stuff that happens.
McClellan picking up his first point of the game. He averages 5.4 this year.
He's a big kid. Does he play football?
No. Pitcher on the baseball team. 6'7" junior, going to Central Florida. Picks up the free throw.
How fast does he throw?
I believe he's
upper
in the
80s?
Upper 80s. Maybe hitting the low 90s. 40-31. Oh, that's an up and down on Kalen Hurt. Turnover by him with 51 seconds to go. St. Ed's will have the basketball. Up by 9, 40-31 here at the St. Stan's Social Center. Bussey with the basketball back in the game. Had 9 first quarter points. Sullivan driving left of the lane, putting it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Ironmen. Here they go. Central Catholic down on the run on the right side, bringing it up top over to Hurt. Hurt in between the circles. Scarpetti on him. Works it to the right side on the handoff as they work the weave up top. Target, and we're going to have an offensive foul.
Legal screen
on Ramil Grace. That's his first.
Almost fell out of my chair. Holy smokes.
18.2 seconds. That was a little hard hip check there. Would have been good on the hockey rink.
Felt it from here.
Speaking of hockey, St. Ed's and St. Ignatius, the younger group of players, tomorrow morning from Lakewood, we'll have that game for you. Cody Wagner will be on the call for that. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game. Scarpetti with a basketball off to Bussey. Stops, puts it up. No, with no time remaining. And the Eagles will go into the locker room.
No, is there a foul?
Yeah. And that's going to be the half. So the Eagles scoring 14 points in the quarter. And for Central Catholic outscoring St. Ed's 17-14 in the third quarter of play. And looking at my notes from last night's game was very similar. The Eagles went out to an 18-5 first quarter lead. They jumped out to a 40-27 lead at the half, but the scoring was tied at 22. At the end of the third quarter against Joe's, it was 60-50 when they got outscored 23-20. But then in the fourth quarter, they really put on the pressure and outscored St. Joe's, or Villa Angela St. Joe's, 27-10.
And I definitely think that's something that Coach Flanagan is going to talk to his players about, because like you had mentioned in the pregame, it's not that it's becoming a habit, but it's starting to populate a little bit more of that. That's occurring more often. So it's an easily correctable thing. It's paying attention. It's communicating. It's it's knowing where you are in the courts, knowing where you are in the game, and it'll take care of itself.
Well, St. Edward basketball is presented by Joyce Buick GMC, the official auto dealer of St. Edward High School. By Todd Associates for risk solutions for all of your insurance needs. Contact Pat Highland at Todd Associates, 440-995-4204. Pat Highland, St. Edward class of 2005. Todd Associates, meeting all of your insurance needs. Proud restaurant partner is Chula, with locations in Orange and Ohio City. For more information, go to chula.com.
I got a text message that Franny Gallagher says, don't feel bad. He played in that gym in the early 70s and will be celebrating 50 years in June. Well, we all know Franny's older than dirt.
So when he played at this gym, that is when there were 4 campuses of Cleveland Central Catholic.
I thought he went to Latin.
Oh.
I'll have to text him and ask him.
Well, he could have gone to Latin, but, you know.
This could have been at the time. At
the time, there were 4 campuses of Central Catholic. That was, you had the Foreman campus, which is the St. Stan's. You had St. Michael's over on the west side.
Right.
St. John Cantius over in Tremont. And then you had Our Lady of Lourdes just over on 55th.
And Franny had to take a horse and buggy, was the team bus. I'm sure he'll tell you a great story about that. Their team bus was the horse and buggy.
So now what I remember when Cathedral Latin closed, we ended up getting a really good basketball player from Cathedral Latin, Mike Carswell.
Oh, okay.
So he came to Central Catholic when I was a freshman. So I think he may have been a junior or senior at that time. So that was, you know, when Latin closed, the Ironmen were able to pick up a good player. And at that time, the basketball coach for the varsity here at Central Catholic was Joe LaBella, the late Joe LaBella, who was also at Independence.
Yeah.
And as we said earlier in the broadcast, John Crawford, who was a teammate of mine for baseball, his son went to St. Ed, Sean Crawford, and then went on to play over at Notre Dame, the University of Notre Dame. So real interesting how 2 Central Catholic grads have their sons go to St. Ed's. My son is at St. Ed's now, and Sean played here at St. Ed's as well.
Terry Gibbons and his son-in-law, Tom Matthews, who's from all the way from Durban, South Africa, and London, are listening to the game. Terry always listens in and always texts me and gives me some words of wisdom. I'm always appreciative of that. And then my wife and Emma are home watching the game and sent me a picture of my dog Finnegan. He hears my voice, so he's paying attention. He thinks that I'm there and he's looking for me, which I think is pretty cool too.
We got to get video of that.
We got, absolutely. I got a picture of it, but it's said he's hearing you again. He's looking at the TV.
All right, we're going to take a walk away for a minute, take this time out on the Eagles Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, we're receiving truckloads of new vehicles.
Check out our great selection of new and certified used cars and trucks.
For over 50 years, people have come from near and far.
For the best sales and service experience.
See us today for the lowest prices and great selection in stock.
And that's why people say,
drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors, Dale.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Being in St. Ed just taught me how to become a leader and how to talk when I feel like I need to talk and say the things that I need to say.
Like, we call for leadership. Like, I know I have these talents, but I'm just gonna like kind of sit back and just let everything happen. Like, nah, I'm gonna step up and make it happen.
I think Eds does one of the best jobs around of allowing a person to make their own path here. If you want to be an individual that has an impact in this community, you have all the resources to do so. Wow, like this place wants me to be something great.
For every just one more mile to your next ace on the court, when you have a sports-related injury, Cleveland Clinic is here for them all. For our Cavaliers, our Guardians, and athletes at all levels. Our team helps keep you in the game. As the best orthopedic care in Ohio, we offer expert diagnosis, personalized sports therapies, and game-changing surgeries. For every injury, for every athlete, for every care in the world. Schedule your care today.
And welcome back to the St. Stan Social Center. Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half of action. For Central Catholic, Anthony Wimberly with 8 points. Arnell Edmonds leads all scorers in the ballgame with 14. Josiah Knox with 2. McCullough with 3. Grice with 4. For St. Ed's, Quincy Shields with 2. Coleman with 2. Brian Sullivan with 2. Danny Lavelle with 2 coming from the free throw line. Cam Grant also with 2. Ryan Hargett with 6. Ricky Bussey with 9 to lead St. Ed scoring. Max McClellan with 2. Wendell Henry with 2. Angelo Kulats with 6 coming from 2 3-pointers. And Joey Scarpetti with 5. Eagles led at 26-14 at the end of one. 40-31 at the end of the half. And they got outscored in that second quarter 17-14. The Eagles are going to need to really keep a better handle of the basketball, as they have turned the ball over a number of times, and the original starting lineup did a really good job for Eric Flannery in this game today. So the Eagles leading it 40-31 here at the half, and we will take this time out on the Eagles Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, we're receiving truckloads of new vehicles and trucks.
Check out a great selection of new certified used cars and trucks.
For over 50 years, people have come to Joyce from near and far.
For the best sales and service experience.
See us today for the lowest prices and great selection now in stock.
And that's why people say,
drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Well, I was just asking one of the assistants, Connor Donnellan, how we shooting from the line, and he just looked at me and said, bad. And it is true. 40-31, the Eagles. The Eagles not shooting well from the free throw line tonight. They've turned the ball over. You look at it turnover-wise this year, they are averaging 15.3 turnovers a game. Their opponents, 18. So they're on the negative side, which is good, but still that 15 turnovers a game, that is a little bit on the concerning side for the St. Edward Eagles as we get into the second half. And only up by 9. At one point, the lead was cut down to 3 at 34-31, but then the Eagles were able to go on a 4-0 run to end, or I should say a 6-0 run to end the second quarter of play, as both teams finishing up their warm-ups for the second half of action, as Coach Flannery talking to his troops right in front of us. So St. Ed's will be going right to left, and you'll see more of their offense up front, up close and personal, as Jim McKay used to say back in the day of the Olympics, when they used to go up close and personal with the athletes. You might be too young to remember Jim
To remember
McKay.
the athletes?
Jim McKay of ABC Sports with the Olympics when they do the up-close and personal spotlights. You know, you being 40 years old.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, as we get set, good thing is I get to change the color of my pen.
To answer Joe Wallison, he says, thanks for the shout on prayers. I said you were my entertainment, not my information. By the way, he wants to know where Adam went to high school. Adam did go to Central Catholic.
40-31 as the Ironmen with a basketball to start the second half. Hurt with it against Scarpetti. Working it right side to Knox. The original starting lineup for the Eagles in the ball game. That is Scarpetti, Sullivan, Shields, and Bussey. That shot bounces around the rim and in for Justin Sims, his first two of the game.
Once again, Central Catholic getting to the hoop.
And another costly turnover by the Eagles. Coach Flannery looking at Bussey says, hey, you got to make sure everybody rotates.
Yeah, Bussey ain't happy.
You were at the concession stand, I was looking at Coach Donnell and I asked him, hey, how things look on the free throw line or some shooting things, and he just looked at me, shook his head and said, not good. 7:20 to go, ball turned over by Cleveland Central Catholic.
Flan has a unique way of turning these kind of situations into a learning opportunity for his team. And I'm sure that's a lot of what's going on here.
And he said it in the pregame. He wants this team to be uncomfortable.
Right.
Nice pass inside Bussey in a low block. Kicking it back out to Sullivan. What I like in this half, we're going to have the boys right in front of our face, and that shot doesn't go. Tapped up, could have been a had rebound by Shields, but he lost it. Here come the Ironmen going left to right. Trying to drive through is Knox. Sullivan on him. Look how tight he's on. There's a 5 call. No.
Timeout.
Timeout is called before 5 seconds. And Coach Flannery just has this smirk at the official. And as I was saying earlier, it's always good to be this close because you get to really see Coach Flan.
Well, nothing's better than we're at Lakewood when we're right there and you can hear him breathing. I mean, because he'll say things and you learn from it because he knows the game. I like what you said. We're right on top of it.
40-33, St. Ed's with the lead as the official ran into one of the players from St. Ed's.
My boy Don.
All right, 6:45 to go here. Eagles up by 7, 40-34, or 33, I should say. And
I think that Don hit it. He didn't know what side of the court he was on, and
he was on the wrong side. All right, getting the inbound is Kalen Hurt. Scarpetti on him. He'll race up the floor with Hurt. Changing direction, going to the right side. Off to Edmonds, driving the lane on the right side. Oh, my. Quincy Shields says, not tonight, my friend.
Not to my house.
Oh, he just slapped that one away.
The wall's the only thing that stopped that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That long shot doesn't go. Shields comes up with the defensive rebound out to Bussey. Bussey in the first half had 9 points, all coming in the first quarter. Lavelle with it as they work it to the near side over to Shields. Back to Bussey in front of the bench to Hargett. Hargett getting it in. Oh, he tiptoed the baseline. Kicking it off. Sullivan. 3 ball. No. Rebounded by Arnell Edmonds. Again, we get a good look of where these shots are going.
It's great.
When they're in front of us.
Yep, it's great.
Ironman with a basketball, under 6 minutes to go. They'll kick it out into the corner. There's another triple try. Rounding the rim, no good. Last touch by Shields. It'll be Central Catholic basketball. I remember when this team went to the Final Four in 2001 and 2002. Michael Melton was on that team. Coach Ron Hadakovic was the basketball coach for Central Catholic. They lost to Loudonville in the semifinals. Shields got the ball knocked out of his hands and knocked over the arrow. They did win a state championship for the boys. They also won a state championship for the girls. Eagles looking to have a very good, successful season. They have a big target on their back. #1 team in the state of Ohio, according to the Ohio AP. And #1 locally. Kulat's in the ball game, coming in for St. Ed's. They'll work the motion offense. Hargett up top, zipping it over to Scarpetti right in front of us. Scarpetti driving back off to Hargett. Now Kulat's on that right side, working it in. Eagles have to be careful with the basketball, not turn it over. Have patience. Bussey three way off the mark. Kulat's coming in with the rebound. He has 8 in the game. 42-33. 4:45 to go. Good defense there, and that floater does not go. Picked up by the Eagles. Scarpetti running the floor, looking over the traffic, getting it off to Bussey. Back to Scarpetti. He's really played well the last few games. Shields now. Bussey trying to go in. Hargett battling his way in that low block as they zip it to the right side. Patience. Scarpetti. 3. No. That one angled off, and we'll have a foul on Kalen Hurd, his second of the game, as he pushed off as Angelo Kulatz was trying to get that rebound.
You know, you talked about St. Ed's being #1 in the AP poll. You talked about Coach Flan wanting his guys to be uncomfortable. You know, the last thing you want is to be #1 in any poll. You want to kind of, I talked to Flan about that before the game tonight. You don't want your players to start reading the ink, the press, and all that other stuff. But we're #1 in the state. That can all come to a crashing halt real quick. So being uncomfortable is not settling to, hey, we're the best team in the state, because Coach Flan will tell you right now, he doesn't want to be known as that.
He wants to be the hunter, not the hunted.
Yeah, he wants to be ranked number 20.
Foul on Central Catholic underneath. St. Ed's getting it inside.
Nice pass.
Wendell Henry on the easy put up and in.
Way to go,
for
Scarps.
him. 44-33, St. Ed's. Scarpetti all over Hurt, forcing him to the outside. He gets by him. Now on the left wing. They'll work it off. Wembley driving, stopping. Has to get rid of the ball, and he does before the 5-second count. Wembley again, top of the circle, in the lane. Got cut off on a tough defense by St. Ed's. 3:35 to go. McCullough driving, kicking it out. Wembley in the lane. There's a steal by Scarpetti. Scarpetti up the middle against 2. Goes in, lost the handle, and he got his pocket picked. Wembley moving up the floor. Has to come through the middle, driving through traffic. He'll get it again on that left wing. They'll bring it out to Kalen Hurt.
See, right now Scarp's got to get us a play, and he will. Watch what happens here.
Scarpetti giving chase, now going back and getting the defender at 3 minutes to go. Wembley way out in that left wing, looking for the high pick. And
Legal.
we'll have an offensive foul on Joe Johnson for the offensive pick. Little elbow right there. That's the second one that the Eagles have been getting caught on, and the official explaining to Coach Duke on that side, Coach Duke is saying, yeah, he was set. Not really. He was really going in, and a little shimmy there.
Little shimmy shim. By the way, Coach Franny Gallagher says that Dirt's only a little bit older than he is.
Ah, okay. 2:54, Cam Grant in the ball game. That Wendell Henry, 16-footer, off the rim, off the back of the iron, and no good.
He did not look comfortable shooting that at all. It was almost like he was fading backwards. Is he hurt? Is he limping a little bit?
No, I think he was just disappointed in his shot. Tayshaw into the game for the Eagles. Look at the defensive hound he is on Tafari Williams. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Wembley. Wembley kicking it out. Now the Eagles really getting in the grill of Central Catholic defensively.
Look at that. Look at that. Great D. Great D. Oh, he traveled.
Oh, you got to be kidding. There was a walk. It was more than a Euro step, but the basket's going to count for McCullough. He has 5, and the foul will be on Wendell Henry, his second. 2:26 to go. 44-35.
I mean, he took like 3 steps.
Couldn't get it. Boy, skying up and getting that basket was Bussey.
Wow.
Bussey averaging just under 2 rebounds a game. Kulats.
Don't like the hand check that's going on with Central Catholic. Get their hands off.
Oh, almost a steal. There's a foul, and the foul will be on Justin Sims, his third. A little over-aggressive on the defense, and that lands him his third foul as Cam Grant was getting it at the Central Catholic logo.
Yeah, and Cam Grant's directing traffic out there, telling his guys get to where they're supposed to be. You love that leadership. I love seeing that leadership out there.
Cam Grant sporting the pink Nikes. Also sporting pink is Tafari Williams. Can't miss them shoes.
Those are shoes.
44-35. Give me my Chuck Taylor All-Stars. Cam Grant driving the lane, stopping in. He's going to get called with the walk on the hop skip. It's a good move and a good attack to the basket.
Right idea, just A idea, D execution. He'll get it back.
Eagles going full court pressure. Shaw working it on against Williams. Trying to dribble drive out of there. There's a double team. Now they work it over to Edmonds. His three is good. Edmonds with 17 points.
Well, they're hanging around. That's not good.
44-38. This is the second game in a row for the Eagles. They'll play 3 in 3 nights. Cam Grant with a basketball. Low
Make a
block.
move. There
Henry,
you go. And
good.
one.
Coach Flannery calling a timeout after the basket. He normally does that. Eagles lead at 56-38 after the nice move in the block and in the paint by Wendell Henry.
Yeah, Wendell was just feed me, give him the ball, and he made a good, powerful move. And there's not many people that are going to be that are going to stop Wendell on the key.
Wendell Henry last night had 5 points in the game. Eagles led at 40-31 at the half. They are being outscored right now 7-6. It was a full timeout. As we get ready. So you were mentioning that your dog is watching. So if you were to call your dog, you think he'd get up and stuff?
Finn, want to go see the bunnies?
Really?
My wife's yelling at me right now because that'll get them all worked up. Finn, go see the bunnies.
Okay, you'll get a text in about 2 minutes because
exactly.
of the delay.
Either that or she'll lock the doors and won't be able to go in.
46-38 our score here.
Can I sleep on the couch?
1:27 to go in the third quarter. Eagles up by 8. Ironman basketball. Williams playing it back out as the Eagles going into that full court press, trying to get the trap.
I love when Flan calls timeouts because you know something special is coming.
And here's a turnover. Coleman off
good
to Cam
pass.
Grant
Good
underneath.
pass.
He regroups and he gets the basket.
I was looking for the oop there.
4 points for Cam Grant, 48-38. The lead is back to 10. This is where they get that timeout and they start the double team and turn the ball over and cause those turnovers.
Well, I'm sure Flan had a few enthusiastic phrases or words to.
Boy, Coach Duke is just letting his players have it because they got into that double team and he was not, and he had to call a timeout because it would have been a 5-second call.
Yeah, he's getting in their grill pretty good.
48-38. St. Ed's with the lead over Cleveland Central Catholic. Adam Mendoza along with Donnie O'Toole. So glad to have you along here on the Eagles Sports Network. Tomorrow at 4:15, we'll have St. Ed's against Garfield Heights. And for that game, for Garfield Heights, we'll see St. Ignatius transfer C.J. Little playing for Garfield Heights and Sonny Johnson's youngest kid playing.
I've heard a lot of good things about Sonny Johnson's little one. Said he's the best of all of them, so we'll find out.
And I bet you he's better than Dad, but remember, Dad was Mr.
Ohio. Sure was. and well-deserved. You know, we were just talking about Coach Duke going crazy over there. You know, I love to see that from a coach because his passion is for the game and he wants his kids to do so well. There was nothing negative about what Coach Duke was doing there. It was all good, instructive criticism and his passion for the game. Same thing with Flan. That timeout he called, he told those guys get up in their grill. Get up in their grill. Time to step up.
Well, now there's the double team as they work it into the corner. There's almost a turnover there as they work it to the near side. Edmonds 3, no good. Camp Grant rebound.
Let's go. Push it.
It's like Coach Flannery kind of lit a little fire under the backside of the Eagles. Another turnover. Boy, the Eagles are just turning the ball over way too many times tonight.
It looks like we're passing up some open shots, and I'm not saying that that's necessarily such a bad thing, but if you got an open shot, we're doing transition or we're in tempo, shoot it.
Kalen Hurt checking in for Tafari Williams. Leading scorer for the Ironmen, Arnell Edmonds with 17. For the Eagles, Ricky Bussey with 9, and that came back in the first quarter. Again, Eagles getting into the face and the grill of the Ironmen as they have the basketball going away from us on our right-hand side. Edmonds backs it up into the forecourt. Through the center circle, Kulot's on him. Trying to go
5 count?
Trying to go shake and bake. It was up to 4. Eagles playing a tight defense away from the ball. Wembley trying to drive in. Ball loose off his foot. Now back in. There's a long shot by the end of the quarter, and it is hit by Andre McCullough. He has 8 in the night, and that cuts the lead to 48-41 on a big three-pointer by McCullough.
Big thing right here is not to panic. Yeah, they hit a 3 an open shot. Good player hits great shots, and he just did that. Now Flan's going to talk about keeping that momentum up at defense and really getting after it. Is what I'm guessing he's going to talk about. He's right in front of us.
And just looking at, he's saying, okay, who's going to be going in for this quarter? And, you look, we don't usually get this opportunity to see him at work this close. And, they gave up the big points at the end of the quarter. They were outscored again for a second quarter in a row, 10-8.
Sitting there with his mouth open.
Really getting to see the coaching staff
at their finest.
Yep. What do you got, 5, 6 coaches?
20, who knows. If you look hard enough, I might be buried on the bottom of a list.
Like I said, this is one thing that I like coming back here to Central Catholic because we're here and everything is up close.
Yep, I love it too. Although I do like being in our perch, our nest up there, to see the spread of the game. I do like it's a good mix.
Max McClellan into the game for the Eagles to start the fourth quarter, and we've got a foul called on Central Catholic, and the foul is on.
Is that their 5th or 6th, Ed? I don't think it turned yet. It's their 5th team foul.
I think the
it's
foul.
On number 15.
That's Johnson. 3 ball is hit by Brevin Coleman right in front of us. He's got 5. 51-41 to lead already, up to 10 points.
And we're in the 2-2-1 full court press. Ooh, drag that foot.
Eagles have been almost another turnover as they double team. There's a steal, and they pick it up to Perusic. Bounce pass, Coleman in the lane, spinning his way. Dipsy-do, can't get it to go.
Oh, he got
and
fouled.
Max McClellan got hammered.
Way to go, Max. Way to hit the boards, Max. Keep banging, kid.
McClellan getting the foul called on him, and the foul is on number 15. That is Johnson, his 3rd of the game. McClellan at the free throw line, 2 points, both coming from the free throw line. Hits another one.
Looking at our scoreboard, no one with more than 8 points out there. I mean, that's good balanced scoring.
McClellan hitting another one. He has 4 on the night. All coming from the free throw line.
Great form. He's just got perfect form for that free throw.
53-41. Now the Eagles Perusic, Coleman, McClellan, Cam Grant, and Wendell Henry. On the left side is Wembley. Wembley going in, bounced around. Here comes Perusic. Perusic through traffic. Perusic looking over, going in, and they're going to call the charge on Lucas Perusic, and he can't believe it.
Coach Flan didn't flinch, so he must have thought it too.
6:57 to go here in quarter number 4.
But here, you gotta love Perusic's. He's going after it, trying to make something happen.
Eagles still in that pressure defense, trying to get the trap. And the foul is on number 11, Cam Grant, his first or second of the game.
Second team foul.
6:43 to go. Eagles' leading scorer is Ricky Bussey with 9, and he got that in the first quarter. Andre McCullough now working it up with pressure. McClellan on him. On the outside is that Wembley drives, floating in, and he gets it. Anthony Wembley with 10. Perusic stops and pops. Perusic getting his first points of the game. 55-43. Eagles really ramping up the defense here in the fourth quarter.
Which has helped extend our lead.
And another floater, they're starting to hit it, is Andre McCullough with 10. That's 3 players for the Ironmen in double figures as that ball goes out of bounds. Wimberly with 10, Edmonds with 17, and McCullough with 10. Nobody in double figures for the Eagles. Closest player is Ricky Bussey with 9, and Angelo Kulats with 8.
Good minutes, Max.
Max McClellan sits down. He sits down with 4 points, all coming from the free throw line. Bussey in, trying to get the ball in, and they do it over to Wendell Henry. Trying to get that pass in, almost hit the photographers down on the floor on the baseline.
Well, the kid covering Wendell was trying to box him like a little bit, and Wendell just took him and threw him out of the way.
Wembley trying to drive through, passing it off to Hurt. Now Coleman. As you see, when the Ironmen try to move that ball to the side, Eagles are right there in their grill.
Yeah, let him push him out further. Yeah, let him do that weave outside all day long. Oh, he didn't call that.
And the foul is going to be on Perusic, his second foul of the game. Eagles 4th as a team. The referees were thinking of where the foul was, where the inbound will be, and it'll be in front of the Ironman bench on the sideline. Where the basketball is McCullough, being forced. There's that pass, working it in to Kalen Hurt. Perusic on him, trying to stop the drive, and he does. They get it out over to McCullough. Back in, step in, jumper, no, rattles up the rim. Bussey coming up with a rebound, 5:10 to go, fourth quarter. Eagles up 55-45. Game 2 of a 3-game set this weekend. Tomorrow night, it's Garfield Heights at the Chet Mason Invitational. That game at 4:15. We'll have that for you on the Eagles Sports Network. Wendell Henry fighting in with a reverse layup.
Just a man among boys right there. Good move.
8 points for him, 57-45.
Unstoppable.
Down the floor, Wembley was open, steps back on the wing, drives the baseline, going in. That shot doesn't go. Tapped up, picked up by Cam Grant. Quick outlet to Perusic. Bussey fakes the 3 in the lane, stopping, floating, no. Rebounded by Joe Johnson. Wembley will bring it up with pressure. Now turning on the afterburners. He'll get stopped by Bussey on that near side. I really have been impressed the last couple of games Bussey has played coming off the bench.
He just seems to just know his role, and he does it so well, playing very good.
And he did get the start tonight. On the outside, they get back to Wembley. There's a big three. It's hit by Kalen Hurt. His first points of the game. 57-48 our score. Timeout, Cleveland Central Catholic with 3:53 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Pat Highland, St. Edward class of 2005, and Todd Associates. Call them today at 440-995-4204. Todd Associates, meeting all of your insurance needs. By Chula, the big taste of Chula Indian barbecue, with locations in Ohio City and Orange Village. Chula has fit, forward, and customizable options for all of you vegetarians, meatitarians, and me, whatever-tarians. As long as I could eat it, it's okay. For more information, go to chula.com. And by Joyce Buick GMC, St. Edward High School basketball, presented by Joyce Buick GMC, the official auto dealer of St. Edward High School. .353 remaining in the fourth quarter. St. Ed's up 57-48. Arnell Edmonds, the leading scorer for the Ironmen of Cleveland Central Catholic with 17. They have 3 players in double figures. For the Eagles, Ricky Bussey with 9. Henry Kulotz both with 8. Nobody in double figures for St. Ed's. Perusic will bring it up with pressure by Hurt. Now here comes the double team. He'll work it inside to Cam Grant. Nice dish as Wendell Henry went to the basket and he got fouled. As Joe Johnson was saying, fourth foul on Joe Johnson. Wendell Henry at the free throw line. He has 8 points tonight, a 61% free throw shooter, looking to get to his season average of 9. And I jinxed him. See, it works for us too.
Are you secretly cheering for your alma mater?
No,
no, I'm just asking the question. Just trying to keep it real.
Yeah, he gets the second one. 9 for him. 10-point lead, 58-48. Eagles trying to force him in the backcourt. Now they finally get it over. 10 seconds. That's the second 10-second call of the night. We talk about the configuration here at the St. Stan Social Center and how tight it is. I mean, there's not even 2 feet off the sidelines between the bench and the floor or the stands, the bleachers on that far side. Brevin Coleman, and he's going to go to the line for 2 as Kalen Hurt says, no, I didn't do that. His 4th foul, Kalen Hart with 4. So that's 2 players for the Ironmen in foul trouble. Brevin Coleman at the line. He has 5 tonight. Bounces around, a little tight rim here at St. Stan's. And
sounds like you're putting a Maloiki on him.
Oh, geez, really, Donnie?
I'll put out a Twitter poll and figure it. We'll let our fans tell us.
Well, the Eagles have struggled at the free throw line tonight. They shot 53% from the line last night. Again, coming up into that pressure defense. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Eagles up by 10, 58-48. Edmonds trying to drive by, throwing it up, no good. Tapped up, loose. It'll be St. Ed's last touch by the Ironmen. Under 3 minutes to go here in this matchup. 3 games, 3 nights for the Eagles. Doesn't get any easier. They've got Garfield Heights on Sunday afternoon at the Chet Mason Invitational. Cam Grant on a give inside. Oh, what a beautiful dish as Perusic goes to the deck. And the foul on the Ironman. And the foul is on Joe Johnson. That's 5. He's fouled out.
Perusic has just the uncanny ability to kind of like hang in the air and just kind of wait and then try and get a shot off.
So Joe Johnson fouls out. Romeo Grace will come in. Johnson fouls out. No points for him. 2:38 to go. Perusic at the free throw line.
I didn't touch it.
And the free throw is up by Perusic.
I didn't.
It went to sleep. My computer went to sleep.
Are we that boring? Now we lull computers to sleep?
Perusic hitting the second one. Boy, that's pretty sad if we do.
That is pretty sad.
60-48. The lead is 12.
My dog's probably passed out right now, too.
Eagles putting the pressure. Now they finally get it over. Central Catholic, that is. Double team in the corner. Working it into Grice. Out to Wembley. Oh, almost a drag of that pivot foot by Edmonds. Looking for the high pick. Getting it, Wembley. Off to Hurt. Nice pass underneath, but the shot is failed, and Cam Grant comes up with the loose ball. Bussy with it, right of the lane, in the lane, elbow off, Wendell Henry. Si, senor! Wendell Henry with 12 points. First Eagle in double figures tonight.
He's so versatile. I mean, he could shoot outside. You can pound it inside to him. Just to watch him kind of, elevate his game and see where he's at, and he's got another year to go. It's going to be awesome.
That floater doesn't go. Perusic with the rebound, racing up the floor, trying to get it to Bussy, but a little too ahead. But they knew they were on the same page,
right,
communicating.
Right. Perusic sees the court very well.
Perusic will inbound it just to our left here. Lucas to trigger. Needs to get it in, and they do to Wendell Henry. Right side, Cam Grant on the wing. The big man holding the ball over his head. Leaving it to Henry in the paint. Flipping it up. Can't get it to go. Ball loose. Coleman picking up.
He tackled his own guy.
And the foul is on.
On who?
It's on Wendell Henry.
He fell into his own guy.
And that's what Coach Flannery's saying, that he fell into his own guy, and the call coming from across the court. Now,
a much younger Donnie would have been a little bit more vocal about his displeasure with that call. Just saying.
Grady Lenz-Pfeiffer checking back in. I'm not going to disagree. Wendell Henry checks out.
My guy Grady. Come on, Grady. Get on the board, baby.
Scarpetti coming in. Kulat's coming in. And Tayshaw. Henry, Perusic, Bussy, Grant, and Coleman check out with 64 seconds remaining.
And I'll say this, Adam. This is a good win for us. Obviously, I think we're going to win, but it's a good game for us to play to prepare us for tomorrow. And we'll see where that goes.
And the foul on St. Ed's after the shot. And the foul is on Tony Kulatz. His first foul. That'll send Anthony Wemberly to the free throw line with 10. One of 3 Ironmen in double figures. He now has 11. 63-49. Coach Flannery not going with his normal starters. Eagles with just 1 player in double figures. That's Wendell Henry with 12. And that's coming off the bench. That's bench points for Coach Flannery.
Oh, why is that not a charge?
And Quincy Shields coming up with the rebound. Off to Scarpetti, Shields in the lane, kissing it off the glass too hard, off the box. Down to 35 seconds to go in the game. Eagles up 63-49. That one doesn't go. Rebounded by the Eagles. Tayshaw with 25 seconds. Fouled by Wimberly in the backcourt, his third foul. As we said.
Fifth.
Oh, is it his fifth? Okay. So Anthony Wimberly fouls out. That's 2 players for Central Catholic that fouls out. Tomorrow we'll be at Brush High School for the Chet Mason Invitational, where the Eagles will take on Garfield Heights for the second year in a row at that game.
Yeah. And then Thursday, home against Benedictine, right?
Yes, we'll have that game for you. And then they go back-to-back again. Thursday, Benedictine, Friday at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. 2 big tests coming up next weekend.
Huge.
And the basket is hit by Tayshaw, his first, 64-49. 15-point lead. And now it's a 13-point lead after Justin Sims picks up his 4th point of the game. And we are down to the final seconds as Joey Scarpetti fixing the do, walking it up the court. And that is going to be the ball game. Eagles win this one 64-51. They go to 12-0 on the year, 2 for 2 on the weekend. And they got a big test coming up tomorrow night, another top team in the area in Garfield Heights.
And the good thing is I don't think that we were looking to that game tonight. I think we took care of business at hand with the guys. Flance shifted it up a little bit, mix it up, get some different guys in, get a lot of guys a lot of minutes. So definitely a great opportunity for us tonight to showcase some of our other guys, let them show what they can do, keep them fresh, and like you said, and like Coach Flance said, make sure that know that they're uncomfortable.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring by quarters. 26-14, St. Ed's led at 1. 40-31 at the half. 48-41 at the third. 64-51 at the end of the ball game. Scoring summary: Anthony Wimberly for 11 for Central Catholic. Kalen Hurt with 3. Arnell Edmonds led all scorers with 17. Josiah Knox with 2. McCullough with 10. Grice with 4, Justin Sims with 4. Anthony Wimberly and Joe Johnson fouled out for Cleveland Central Catholic. For the Eagles, Lucas Perusic with 4, Quincy Shields with 2, Brevin Coleman with 5, Brian Sullivan with 2, Danny Lavelle with 2, Cam Grant with 4, Tayshaw with 1, Ryan Hargett with 6, Max McClellan with 4, Joey Scarpetti with 5, Angelo Kulats with 8, Wendell Henry with 12, and Ricky Bussey with 9. Ricky Bussey, 9 points in the game, all coming in the first quarter. Wendell Henry, the leading scorer, with 12 points in the contest. Eagles go to 12-0. They take on Garfield Heights tomorrow night. Donnie, final thoughts.
No, just like I said, I thought it was a great road test for us tonight and a great environment. Tough gym to play in, tough gym to win in. We've had some success here, and tonight was another example of that. Central Catholic's got a good young team. They're going to get after it as the season goes on. Playing these games, getting this kind of experience is crucial for our tournament, what's going to be for a tournament, because you never know what hand we're going to be dealt. So playing all these different types of styles of teams is really going to help improve our experience when it comes tournament time.
Well, final score once again, 64-51 for my partner, Donnie O'Toole. Christopher Mendoza on camera also called the JV game this evening. And I'm Adam Mendoza. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon from Brush High School for St. Ed's and Garfield Heights. Final once again here, St. Ed's 64, Central Catholic 51. Thank you for joining us on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll talk to you tomorrow.